Welcome back,
hey
folks. We're back again.
Hasn't been
I think
too
this
long.
is twice in a month. That's pretty awesome.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it was, well, maybe. Yeah, I think it was June. So, back on the popcorn show, pop culture show.
That's right.
A lot of great summer movies out. So later on, we'll have an awesome movie though to show you.
Yeah, Revolt of the Zombies.
Can't wait.
I'm not sure they can revolt too much. I mean, they can.
Yeah.
You know, I guess, yeah, they're certainly not playing by our rules anymore.
No.
If that means revolting, I guess it is. Just eating brains.
Eating brains.
So, yeah, but we have a couple of movies in the theater currently to discuss. But first, was there any, I haven't really seen any great, pop culture sort of news lately, except that Drake and Chris Brown are feuding.
Yeah, I got in some huge brawl in the club.
In the club, if that's what qualifies as great pop culture. Or hear that Madonna doesn't want her DNA, like she has DNA cleaners after her show so people can't like collect a piece of her hair and put it on. I mean, come on. Does anybody even have the resources to check whether it's really her DNA? Couldn't you just take hair from anywhere and go, this is Madonna's DNA? And I mean, how do you verify that?
That's nuts. I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah. Supposedly it's something in her contract or something where she makes sure people clean up afterwards. But yeah, I just... Come on, people. Where are we going here?
Insane.
Well, I'm excited about one pop culture thing, and that's tomorrow night. Do you know what tomorrow night is?
No, I don't.
Well, I only know this because I watch FX a lot, and they drill their commercials into your head like months before sometimes a year before they're even. So tonight's a pretty big night on old FX. They've got Louis is coming back for his third season, I guess.
Yeah, awesome show.
Yeah.
He's coming to the Fox, by the way, in October.
Yeah.
I'm going.
$45. You got your ticket?
Yeah, I did.
Sweet.
And if you resell them, they'll cancel the barcode. You can't sell them for any more. So
you going with Lacey to that? Or
yeah.
Going by, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna. You should get some tickets.
I think they're probably. I watched an interview last night on Jimmy Kimmel. It sounds like they might already be sold out.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. He said within a week though they will be. Yeah.
Fox is pretty big. I mean, you probably got some time.
I think he was talking about like nationwide they might be, but yeah, I'm sure it's different in different markets. But yeah, that should. Yeah. I'll look into it.
The show's great. It's pretty crude, but
what's the date?
October 6th.
Okay.
It's a Saturday night.
Yeah, that could be something.
He's hilarious.
Certainly good that he's coming to old St. Louis.
Yeah.
So that debuts, and yeah, that's just been I haven't watched all the episodes, but the ones I watched have been pretty entertaining. Mm-hmm. Wilfred is back. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I've seen one or two. I haven't gotten into it, but it's an interesting premise.
It's another one of those where, like Louis, they have these Saturday night, I think it is, late Saturday night, they have this thing they call Fully Baked. It's just like a marathon of repeats of stuff. And if I come across Wilfred or one of those others, The League or whatever, on a Saturday night, I'll check that out. So yeah, it's a decent show. Second season for that. Then they're gonna have two new shows. One of them, let's take bets on how long this can last before Charlie Sheen implodes. But
Anger Management.
Him
and one of the guys from 90210 is in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know which guy it is?
It's I forget his name.
Brian Austin Green or Ian Ziering or. The one I see the most often is that Brian Austin Green.
I think it's him, isn't it? I should come more prepared.
He was Donna's boyfriend. That's all I remember.
I think it was the guy. I don't know. It's a guy. Yeah. I think he was on 90210. He's on something back in the 90s. I just saw a real quick clip of the show, and he was talking to Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
So.
Come on, Charlie. You're gonna.
We'll see.
I don't. It's weird because I've seen clips and stuff, and it's just like his acting is so uneven. Like sometimes he's perfect for the sitcom mode, and others it just seems like it's fake or I don't know. But everything I've heard sounds like positive buzz on that. So there you go, Charlie Sheen. I mean, I think we'll have to admit though, if this show's a hit, then he's really got something because, I mean, he's had what? Spin City, he's had the 2.5 Men. If this is a third hit in a row, then we've got pretty good track record there. He just needs to do his drugs and have his hookers. Keep the muse inspired. And then this one I'm really not sure about, but it's another late night talk show. It looks like it's just going to be a once a week thing, but it's Russell Brand's show. It's called Brand X.
Yeah, I've seen a preview for that. I don't know. He's funny sometimes, but a little of him goes a long way.
He seems a little disagreeable in some respects.
So
like he might be just an awful person.
Yeah.
or just not really. Sometimes it's funny, but it's just like Can you watch a whole hour of it? Or I don't know. Maybe it's only a half hour, but. Oh well, at least it's something to watch.
FX has though. I mean, they're really developed some good shows. I mean, that's a quality channel. I'm surprised you get it on your basic cable package.
I know, and I think I told you maybe at one point it disappeared once. I thought that's it. Now I can finally cancel my cable. This is the one good thing that and then it came back the next day. They must have heard me talking about it. That was. But well, it's got Justified. That's I could do without everything else, but Justified is like one of the two. That and Supernatural are the only shows I'm like totally committed to. Although I've been catching up with Breaking Bad on DVD. That's still a solid show.
Yeah, I've seen seasons 1 through 3, and then season 4 is a very long wait on Netflix. I'm hoping I can get it before season 5 starts. We'll see.
Yeah, that's got to be a while because it's still on the new release shelf at Family Video. So I was thinking after I watch season 3, I might just go and rent like 4 videos and go do an all-nighter.
Maybe I'll go. Yeah, I'll have to track down a Blockbuster somewhere and like sign up again just to get it because I'm sick of waiting.
Blockbuster's a little, at least the one in Festus. I think they dropped. It's like weird. They follow certain shows for a while, and then I asked them, "Where's Breaking Bad season 3?" They're like, we don't get that anymore. But anyway, Family Video is keeping up with it. And so there's that. And what else was I going to mention? Oh, yeah, I tried watching that Game of Thrones.
I watched an episode or two. Yeah. Well, I watched the first episode or two.
That's what I did.
And then I just really couldn't get into it. But everyone's raving about it, so I went ahead and put it on the queue. And I'm going to try it again.
Maybe it's one of those things that if you watch. Because I remember when I first saw Deadwood, first couple episodes, I was like,
Same with The Wire, though, right? I mean, it took me a few episodes to get into it. Once you get through the jargon, the characters, you start figuring stuff out, then it got really good.
That has to be one of the most difficult pilots to get through. Yeah. And then, you really need to go on for 4 or 5 episodes before you really get hooked or something.
But True Blood's back.
True Blood,
it is. So.
I've caught up through, what is it? Is this season 4 or 5?
I think it's 5.
Yeah, so I think I still need to. Yeah, that's right. So season 4 is on the DVD on the new release shelves now, and I'm 2 seasons. Well, 1 season behind, but I don't know. It's goofy fun.
It's okay. I mean, it's not as good as The Wire. It's not as good as Trim A, in my opinion, but it's fun. It's good to watch.
They told me at the Blockbuster that the last season that I watched, the 3rd season, they're like, "Oh, this season's crap." I mean, good job, Blockbuster.
Was that the one with the Maenad or whatever?
Yeah, where they were introduced.
That was just weird.
Yeah. That part I didn't. I mean, that kind of came towards the end of the season early. They kind of gave flashes of it, and then they finally revealed, "Oh, you're a fairy."
Yeah, right.
And but the thing I liked about that season is they had the vampire king of Mississippi, who just got crazier and crazier.
Yeah, Russell Edgington.
Russell Edgington, until he finally rips out a guy's heart on live TV.
Yeah, no, it was his spine.
Oh, it's his spine. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. God.
Yeah, that's a big part of this new season. I mean, I'm not gonna blow anything for you.
It becomes a national thing.
He's still around. And
that's right. They did save him at the end of the season. So, in some respects, I suppose it's the golden age of television.
Yeah. And speaking of vampires,
one
of the best movies of all time,
Get ready.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Oh my God!
One day, some people on this show, new hosts, will be reviewing, doing the picture-in-picture commentary.
Maybe in 300 years, if this place is still around, that'll be public domain, and we can show it.
Exactly.
And make fun of it.
Might take a while.
Yeah.
So, what did you think? The old, I guess to give him a little background, this was based on a novel, and from what I've heard, the novel was a more tongue-in-cheek, more humor-based novel about him going to, Abraham Lincoln going and killing vampires. And I guess it comes on the heels of something like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I think maybe that was the thing that kicked off this idea of sort of mixing something like high culture or something revered with something supernatural or whatever, but... Anyway, did you want to?
Oh, no. I mean, I just, it wasn't something I planned to see, but you said, hey, let's see it. I'm like, okay, I'll go check it out. And, I just, I don't know. What can you say about it? There was a pretty awesome, and again, in this show, we just have to say, like, spoiler alert. We kind of get into the plot a lot more than most reviews. So, if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this show. Yeah. I mean, this isn't giving anything away, though. There's a pretty cool, like, battle scene, like, where they're running through this stampede of horses, and then all of a sudden they end up on the horses. And, like, what the?
Now, vampire, I could see... a vampire jumping from, but just an ordinary guy. It's like that time we were watching that one movie, and Bruce Willis just steps out of a moving car and just starts walking. You know? But this is the guy that's the same director. I don't know, his name's Timber something. The last name, I mean, the first name's weird enough. So, but he directed Wanted, and that had the same kind of thing where you're kind of like, let's pretend that the real world can work like the world of the Matrix, or bullets, you can curve them or you can dodge them, that kind of stuff. And
this had a lot of that too. The fight scenes where they're fighting and then they'll slow it down, right?
Yeah.
It had a lot of that. A little overused, I thought, at times.
Overused. If you're not a fan of the slow mo, then this is. At least they didn't do the old walking slow mo, which has just become such a ridiculous cliche. Anytime you have 3 or 4 people getting ready to go to battle, they got to do a slow mo walking scene. Like there's something so dramatic about.
Now, that was used great in the movie Hot Rod. Have you seen that with Andy Samberg? They're like doing the walking thing, and all of a sudden these like riots start breaking out around them. Like, did we cause this? Like, people are going crazy, breaking windows, and they're like walking through the streets. It made no sense, but it was a hilarious scene. So
it's you can find ways to spin it,
But what I was thinking is this could be the never-ending franchise. And since like Abraham Lincoln and these characters are public domain historical characters, I think we should start writing the next series of these. I mean, Joseph Stalin, Chupacabra Hunter.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. Who else we got? Let's think of a good female figure.
Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc, alien killer. So.
There we go. I mean, it wasn't God talking to her. It was the alien.
Right, it was the alien.
There we go. Right, copyright right here, so don't steal our ideas.
Don't steal. Sure, nobody's thinking of that.
So, I don't know, and then at the end, now, again, spoiler alert here, but at the end, the implication was that supposed to be Obama? Like, they fast forward to the future, and he's the same dude who recruited Lincoln, who is in the bar with this guy. You can't really tell. They just show the back of his head, but...
He did look like a little black to me. Like he had brown skin, and...
I think they kind of wanted you to think that.
And even his hair looked a little gray. Well, here's the funny part. It's like what they do there is that they echo the scene where he first this guy. He's basically a mentor, for a vampire. He's looking for a vampire hunter, somebody he can mentor. Apparently, and apparently he hangs out in bars.
Yeah, waiting for people to get drunk.
Waiting for people who look like they have revenge on their minds. And I guess the thinking is, well, if they want revenge on something else, maybe they'll want to kill some vampires. And in each case, he says the line something like, "You look like a man who either wants to get drunk or wants to kill someone." Yeah,
normally people who get that drunk either want, are building up the courage to talk to a woman or to go kill somebody or something like that.
And in each case, the gun falls out of the guy's pocket who wants to get revenge. Like, so that's the guy he's looking for. The guy he's so drunk he can't even keep the gun in his pocket. There's my vampire hunter right there. Or he has some weird ability to see into the future and to see who's going to become president one day. I must have the president as because he won't be busy. He won't be. I mean, that's actually the problem he runs into, and where I thought the movie slowed down a bit. Is that once. Lincoln becomes president, it's like, I ain't got time for that vampire crap anymore, putting the axe away and everything. And so he really does. There was a whole lull in there, seems like 20 minutes or so, where he's, and they wanted to obviously show some of the historical stuff and him making the big speeches and whatnot. Mm-hmm. That's cool. If it were me, though, I would have written it in, though, that somehow he still continued going out at night just to keep in shape. Yeah. Kill him some men. Because, it's like, what, you're going to be president? And I mean, it's a real. They did try to inject a little bit of social commentary with the notion that the vampires are the way they're able to feed in such amounts is because they're feeding off slaves. Mm-hmm. And I guess the idea is we just keep shipping more. America just keeps shipping more slaves in, and they can kill them. Doesn't really matter. So Lincoln's thinking, the way to do this is not to just kill these guys one by one, but to kind of, I guess, take away their food supply by freeing slaves and empowering them and that kind of thing.
And you're right. That was part of it. And he still obviously thought, too, the morality of it all was still a thing for him, obviously. But,
but then it's like, okay, so you just forget about the fact that people are still dying from... I mean, some of the slaves are still actually dying, so it just seems like you would want to... at the very least, you'd want to have some kind of secret government force that would be out there doing stuff. But anyway, they've set it up clearly to where they don't actually show him getting shot or anything like that. So if they want, Lincoln's adventures can go on.
Right.
The guy says at the end, I could make you a vampire. And, so anyway, I'm telling the whole movie. Forget about spoiler alert.
We said spoiler alert. So if you're still with us, you obviously don't care.
They set up, in the past they could have a sequel where he's because they basically show in the movie that a vampire can still. Oh no, he can't really. What he's got to do. He's got to get other people to do is kill him. He can't. They have a thing where vampires can't kill each other. So. Oh, well, I was wrong on that. It can be Abraham. He'll be turned into a vampire just so he can go hunt werewolves or something.
Yeah, there we go. Else.
George Washington. But I mean, I do think the movie, from what I hear, because we laughed at that part at the end, we thought whether it was meant to be funny or not. I mean, we laughed at that. We laughed at a little bit. I think I chuckled at that horse scene, just jumping from horse to horse. And I will say the final big scene. I've seen a lot of scenes with trains falling off their tracks and that kind of thing. I thought that was
That was well done. Yeah.
So ultimately, if you want some loopy summer fun, I'd give it a thumbs up. And I think the 3D added a little extra something to it. Not a lot, but a little.
And there was just the best line of the movie where Lincoln finally goes back to find the vampire that killed his mom. And then the guy's like, Abraham effing Lincoln.
Yeah, that's right. He does say it, doesn't he? Yeah. I guess that was it in our movie?
I don't know. I think it was. Because one of the previews, remember, had a
Well, the hilarious part is that we saw this R-rated preview, which you'd never see, and they had a red background to the thing instead of the usual green, and it was just cursing throughout the thing. I think it was called The Watch.
Yeah, the Neighborhood Watch.
I think
or is it The Watch?
I think it's just The Watch.
But it's the one with Vince Vaughn and Jonah
and the
Hill
idea is that they somehow think there's an alien, and I guess there is. And oh my gosh.
Well, that's why I went to the bathroom and I walk in and I hear all this cuss. I'm like, can they do this? I guess they can.
So there's no way that they can't do that during a PG-13 movie. So that had to be. Yeah. Although I really wonder what was so R-rated about. I guess just the violence, but. It seems like they did the usual thing in the Abraham Lincoln movie, making the blood look black and not too red, or maybe it was the cursing or something that got them over the top. But anyway, there is another movie about killing things. Well, mostly things killing people, but Prometheus.
Killing things and creating things.
And creating things, creating a new franchise.
Yeah, again, spoiler alert.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
But it was awesome, man. Yeah. I want to see it again in the theater, actually.
I kind of do, too. Yeah. I have my certain misgivings about it, just because I wanted it to be that. And the same way when I saw Predator 2. Yeah. Predator 2 is okay, or just called Predators. It's not like a bad movie. It's solid, I think. But I just want that whole, the movie that's going to come along and blow all the other ones out of the water, like Aliens and all that. Just like, this is the best alien movie.
Now, speaking of Predator, because... Okay, remember Predator 2. Predator 2, remember, he goes into the Predator ship and you see the alien skulls in there.
Right.
So is that I always assumed they were kind of on the same timeline, but if you follow that timeline, the aliens wouldn't have been created yet in that time.
Oh, that's interesting.
So are they different? I mean, I guess they didn't take that into account. I'm not saying they should have thought about Predator 2 when making this movie, but...
doesn't fit the continuity of Predator 2. I'm not even sure they worried so much about AVP.
Right, Well, because that wouldn't fit either, because that was in this time. But the aliens, then, if you follow the timeline on Prometheus, weren't created for another 100 years or so, right? I mean.
Well, I didn't even know this was an issue until we were talking before the vampire movie the other day. But you brought up the whole notion it's a prequel. Everybody knows that. It's a prequel to Alien, the first of the whole franchise, which I think they made 4 movies.
Yeah.
Alien
3, and then Alien Resurrection.
Alien Resurrection, right.
Yeah.
So, and then AVP, and then AVP 2. Wow, really. But, so your contention was that you think the movie reveals basically how the first alien is created.
Right.
By the end of the movie, we're seeing the first alien kind of emerge. And I think there's a good case to be made for that. My reading of it was that I didn't even think about, we won't get into that part about how the alien's created, but I think, there's a good possibility. If that's not true, then it really doesn't, then the continuity, they can go whichever way they want. They can say, hey, this race has been around forever. And basically what they're contending is that there's some uber race out there, some like mythic, almost godlike race that created all this, different forms of life. And at least they give a reason for once why, when we see aliens, they're humanoid looking because, hey, they made us, right?
Right.
But the notion, and I think you should know this just to be able to follow what's going on if you're not one of those who, like, my brother's like, I don't know what the hell was going on. I'm giving that movie, like, that's going to make my worst of the year.
And I've seen a thing on Facebook, too. Have you seen that at all?
No.
It's like a picture. It's like little faces. So it's got like the creator people, but it's like in their helmet. It looks like an elephant kind of. It's like this plus this equals this, then this plus this equals this, and then this plus this equals question mark. Like, because there's so many different dynamics of the life that you go out through, and the different little creatures and stuff. So it was a little confusing in that regard.
One character at one point said something like, these guys, they've left here, or they're leaving here too, or they're getting out of here, and they had a bunch of weapons here, and it got too out of control, and they left. And so my thinking was that, okay, the aliens are just another one of their, like, bioweapons is how they refer to it in, I think, Alien or Aliens.
Yeah.
And that, they have all these canisters of different things that can really mess people up. And if you start opening those canisters, and that's basically what happened. I realized watching Alien again, it's the same freaking plot.
Yeah.
They go and they find a bunch of stuff. Now in that case, there were eggs, so I guess the idea is that, like, one of the canisters had opened and a queen had emerged or something and started creating all these eggs and everything. And so they didn't, but yeah, so the idea there is then they could have been around a lot longer, and they could have, had created the Predator. Yeah, Predator 2, that's a good one.
Yeah, come on!
Did you not see those? Sometimes they'll do that, though. Like, what was it they did where they kind of... I think when they made Predator, maybe they were like, we're just pretending there's only Predator, and we're going to make Predator 2. We're not going to try... Like, sometimes when they do continuity, there's another movie like that where they had a long series of films, and they're basically like, yeah, we're going to disregard everything but the first one, and our film kind of follows in with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's kosher or not, but these days in the world of reboots, prequels, sequels, all kinds of things, I guess anything goes.
I guess you can't get away from that, but that stuff just bugs me, though.
Yeah, it's a little annoying, and it's I guess the only other big contention I was like, it's a new franchise. It is a reboot, but they're trying to go in some new direction. Although it's pretty similar to a lot of other, very similar to AVP in some respects. But I guess the mystery aspect, I've never really seen that in any of the other movies. Like, there might be one little mystery. Like, I remember in Aliens, they're like, there could be something laying all these eggs. What could it be? And at the end of the movie, you see the alien queen. You don't go, maybe that's something for 2 movies down there. Right. So and it was created, I think, in large part, the script was written by one guy, and then this Damon Lindelof from Lost, one of the creators of Lost, came along and really punched up the script and rewrote it a lot. So I think you were right afterwards in saying that it's got a lot of lost kind of aspects where you're seeing remnants of a ancient, and maybe that's more realistic, that they wouldn't be able to figure everything out within a couple hours time or whatnot. It's always funny when they're like reading this ancient, at least this case they had a robot to really work to try to crack that ancient language and be able to speak to the alien, for all the good that did. But but I do think visually I just think it's one of those that if I see it again, I think it'll be more impressive. And this is one of those rare cases where I would say just see this in 2D, because because I think it would actually be better. It would be a brighter movie, for one thing. I did take off my glasses at one point. I'm like, wow, this is already a dim movie, and it's dimmer with these glasses on, and I didn't see it adding a lot to that one. Some of the landscapes maybe popped a little bit more, but certainly wasn't one where they were thinking a lot. Ridley Scott, I don't think, was thinking a lot about the 3D as he was making the movie. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think either way you can enjoy it. And that's the knock I have on 3D is the glasses are tinted, which we've talked about before, and it darkens the movie. It's not as vibrant.
They've got to really improve that. And my brother and I both said that at one point, we took off the 3D glasses and the screen looked exactly like it normally looks. So, hey, that's not in 3D.
Right.
We're doing a Tron thing here. We're parts of this movie.
Yeah, like one scene.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I don't know. I think, but spoiler alert, but this is just my theory, but, I just think that the aliens were not, again, kind of like Jurassic Park. You can create life, but you can't always control it. You can't control what happens. Yeah. And they created these little, really, essentially, they kind of look like the things that in Alien got on the face and planted the alien in the stomach, but all they really did was, cause the humans to get some kind of virus, and the thing that created the alien didn't, get created until...
Right.
They had sex. Yeah, and then I just think that the alien, they didn't intend to create the aliens. It was an accident. But I could be wrong.
I think it's possible, yeah. Or maybe and they're aware of the idea that, they have these different things that they use to create life throughout the galaxy. but they're also aware that, like, the one we see very first shot of the movie is an alien drinking something that seems to have some other aliens in it, and like they're aware that once you mingle the two, it can have some deadly results.
I think, and that too, we were talking after the movie, like I didn't get that, but I was thinking maybe that was on Earth.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah,
hadn't thought about that.
Like, because they had the flying saucer flew away. The guy drank it, fell in the thing, and then you saw like DNA forming.
Yeah, I got to see this again.
Yeah,
maybe that's why they made it this way. See it again and find all our little clues. Yeah. I just want to go to some website now where somebody's totally debunked it all, or they figured it out. They've looked at all the.
We just debunked it because Predator 2.
Yeah, it's not, if you're not matching up with that, we just showing you out. Well, and then the other thing is that apparently a bunch of those aliens died at one point on the planet they find. They don't really explain what happened there. Like
I think again they created some kind of weapon and it got out of hand.
Okay.
That's what I took from it.
That sounds weird. Yeah, that sounds good. But I'll tell you what, you go back and watch Alien. The exact same freaking ship, that horseshoe type ship is in that, is an Alien.
Right.
The whole thing where the guy gets into something that looks like a giant gun, but it's actually a spacecraft, that's in there. So clearly, I guess what they're implying is that, they were like, thinking, okay, yeah, this advanced culture, the idea of Alien is that this advanced culture just had some random ship that crash landed on, and again, maybe either they died or the aliens got loose if they'd been created by that, or who knows. But
I want to rewatch Alien. Yeah. Again, very long wait on Netflix. Everyone's getting it. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's funny.
I know. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I'm like, really? It came out in 1979. Come on.
Wow, and that's weird because it's like it's a digital. I don't understand how that works because. It's not like they're going and grabbing. You're not trying to get a copy through the mail. You're just trying to.
No, it's the mail stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
okay.
You know what? You probably could stream it.
Okay.
But my Wi-Fi was down. I canceled the streaming, so
okay.
I know you all care.
Well, I'm thinking about going back to that mail. If you get just the mail only, what is it?
It's like I got the 2 out per time, and I think it's like $15, $16 a month. That's not bad.
I might go back to that.
Yeah.
Need to prepare for film appreciation in the fall. Watch some French movies. All right. Well, I guess that's about it.
Rambled on long enough.
We've given you two recommendations to get out of the heat in the summer. Like you needed that. You're like, I've never heard of Prometheus. And who's this? You might not. I mean,
it's just one of those though. If you're into sci-fi and you're into that franchise, it's really it's a fun one to talk about. With
right.
people,
yeah. It is fun to analyze.
There's a lot of things you can interpret, and just like a lot of works, two people can come away with a different.
Yeah. So maybe that was actually good that that Lindoff was thinking, okay, I'm not just going to write just this movie, but I'm going to create enough room for the, obviously the ending is very, cliffhanger-ish. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll have a sequel. Yeah, you would think. Why not? It's going to make money. They want to make money.
James Cameron to do this. Like somebody said, it'd be called Prometheus Says.
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to talk zombies now. They're hot right now.
They are.
They're so hot. They need to come up with Slobodan Milosevic.
Zombie hunter.
That would be weird. I think he's dead now.
Yeah.
Angela Merkel. That is the perfect.
There we go.
Angela Merkel. I'm putting that on Facebook. All right, folks. Well, stick around for some zombie killing goodness with Revolt to the Zombies.
Enjoy.
No, Captain Luke. Your splendid service as an interpreter is appreciated. But When you try to tell me stories of mesmerism, occultism, men without souls, hordes of supermen capable of annihilating armies of trained men, you make me wonder which of us is sane.
General, I dare say I failed in my presentation of the facts.
No, not facts, but the ravings of a mad Cambodian priest. No, Luke, it's too fantastic. Read that last.
General Headquarters. Austrians bringing up veteran shock troops.
One moment. I wish I could believe in your robots. I could use several regiments of them right now. That's all.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to tell me you failed, Armand. I can read your emotions in your face just as easily as you read the dead languages.
Can't find a language in which to convince General Duval.
No, the chances are you apologized, stammered. He barked, and you retreated without firing a shot.
Wish I had your assurance. Faculty of knowing your objective and driving straight at it.
Well, it's simple. Just impress the other fellows you know more than he does.
It has been called ego, Cliff.
Oh, yes, but I like the American phrase better. Intestinal fortitude.
Don't rub it in.
Well, someone should. You know, I admire your knowledge and you envy my ego. Well, I'll take half your knowledge and you take half my ego and we'll have two smart men.
How much of this high priest story you believe?
Oh, I think there is such a thing as black magic. Call it superstition if you want, I don't know. But I don't believe that you can turn human beings into automatons or, as you call them, zombies.
Do you believe in mental telepathy?
Might be something to it, I don't know.
Well, science does. It's an established fact, Cliff, that in the Orient, the last of an ancient race lives by the laws of telepathy. Their knowledge, their rituals, they're guarded by just such priests as this man, Tiong.
All right, I'll buy your tribe a mental telegraphist, but I'll not buy you a robot.
Now, look, Cliff. Tiong here comes from Angkor, where, according to their legends, Angkor was built by these robots. Thousands of tireless, feelingless human machines.
Yes, I know, and they call them zombies.
Controlled and directed mentally by their priest king.
Yes, and Tiong here is the last descendant of that priest king and the only man alive that knows the secret of the zombies.
Tiang. Bakan oi tava. Bakan am tiang. Nya oi tang tonei.
I don't believe a word of it.
He says that the general keeps his ears in the ground like the ears of a corpse. That he'll not listen to the words of wisdom.
Well, what does he want to do? Get the general some earphones?
Eva prai atilai. Atek Shang. Shang vatoi akipuila. Tiong still insists his gods say he must create zombie soldiers. He says he'll show us how a handful of zombies can take an entire enemy trench.
I am not here to plead the cause of the Central European power, but that of modern civilization. In the name of humanity, you must not go further with your experiment. It may mean the destruction of the white race.
General Van Schelling, the responsibility is not ours. It is that of a fanatical Oriental priest attached to our Cambodian contingent. We have already placed the man under arrest. His experiment ends with that.
I thank you, sir. I shall be glad to return with that assurance.
Then we are agreed that since the priest Tiong refuses to reveal his secret, he is a menace so powerful that he must be confined where he never again can use his occult knowledge.
Quite right, General.
Right?
I suppose so.
Nikola. Sir, your threat of life imprisonment apparently has not moved this man.
He understands it means solitary confinement?
Yes, sir, and he still refuses.
Then inform him that we are forced to carry through the sentence of solitary confinement for life.
Yes, sir. Here. Bakkan etoi va.
He is to be confined to his quarters pending his removal to military prison.
Yes, sir. On guard.
Gentlemen, the priest Tiong was murdered. Murdered by someone who did not want the Allies to benefit by his power to create robot soldiers. Or perhaps by someone who tried to take the secret from him to become the greatest force in the world.
True. When dealing with these Orientals, you deal with fatalists. Death to them is a transition to a better life. Thoroughly understandable.
But his method of creating these zombies must be on record somewhere.
So I believe, sir. And it could only be in one of the temples of Angkor.
Then we must find it. And when this war ends, our duties will not end with it. I make a suggestion and ask that each of you bring it to the attention of your government. Urge them to sponsor jointly an expedition to the lost city of Angkor. And for general appearances, that it be a private expedition. Find the secret of the zombies, destroy it. Then we shall...
If you'll permit me to say so, sir, I think we've accomplished a good deal. It took years to make Angkor what she is. Certainly, we can't expect her to divulge her secret to us in just a few months.
Yes, but this all costs money and that...
Darling. Mr. Mack, how do you like me in this helmet?
My dear Claire, I like you in anything.
You're a gallant. I think I look awful in it.
So do I.
Now, Daddy, this is the time you're not to agree with me.
Well, maybe someday I'll say something that meets with your approval.
I've promised myself that, darling. Mr. Luke, how do you like me in it?
In what?
This hat, copper. This.
I think you're beautiful.
Dear, you're more than gallant.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, now you spoiled it.
Is this the discussion of business, or are we playing charades?
Proceed, gentlemen. I'll take the minutes to the
Now,
meeting.
Claire, now, here,
Fun. Am I intruding?
Well, you're late.
Sorry. I was busy.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting.
Monsieur Luke, no doubt, has represented me well, I trust.
Well, he made some alibis for you.
That's very nice of him, I'm sure. But I have a habit of handling my own affairs.
I'm looking things over today.
Well, I'll be pleased to accompany you. Perhaps Mademoiselle Duval will permit me to...
Thank you, monsieur. I've made my arrangements. Monsieur Luke has consented to act as my guide.
I see.
In an hour, Monsieur Luke.
Thank you, Mademoiselle Duval. None whatever. So he promised to give up his power, release his subjects for this woman he loves.
Now, that's my idea of a man in love.
You believe the legend?
Who made it up, old Ankavar or you?
It's a true translation of the legend.
Would you have given up all that power for Endra?
I shall never have power, and I've never known love.
Well, power's not so important. You are in love. In love with old stones and pieces of pottery. Well, perhaps you're lucky.
Perhaps.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Cliff Grayson. He's one of our best men here.
Uh-huh. I'm hungry. Let's go back to camp.
All right, let's do.
What did you say his name was?
Jakob Varman.
Oh, no, I mean him.
Oh, Cliff Grayson. I thought for a while she was in love with you.
That shows what imagination can do.
I could have understood that.
Why?
You're so much more her kind.
There goes that inferiority complex again. You know, someday I'm going to cure you with that.
I hope you do. What was it you said once about if you want anything, ride roughshod over everything?
Be ruthless. Forget all sentiment. Get to your objective, take it, and hold it.
I wonder if I could do that.
Perhaps not. But the man that doesn't's a fool. Good night.
Interpret that dance?
Well, I hardly know. Dance is centuries old, I expect.
Yes, but the wiggle's always the same.
That's the traditional wedding dance of the Khmers.
You know, she had a nice...
Father?
understanding of the dance.
Now, Father, that girl is my discovery.
This engagement party would not be complete without hearing from the lucky man. On your feet, lads. Let's see you rise to the occasion.
There you are. Well, I hardly know what to say. I suppose that no man hardly knows what to say in a situation like this, but well, I presume we all say just about the same thing, so as trite as it is, may I say, I am the most fortunate man in the world.
Bravo! Bravo!
Bravo!
I'm sorry. I must be overcome by Armand's emotions.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. What father does when he's giving up the only daughter he ever had.
You couldn't say anything nicer than that, darling.
I've said the right thing at last. I'm improving.
Mr. Grayson, you were about to say something. Were you not?
No, General. Like you, I prefer to listen tonight.
Oh, that's strange. I've never known you at a loss for words.
I wish you all the happiness that you deserve.
It's like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always wondering where the next piece goes.
First thing we know, Claire, you'll be a puzzle jigger like us with a sieve and a shovel.
Who knows? I might be the one who finds the secret of hypnotizing subjects. I know certain people I'd use it on.
Will you tell us if you find the secret?
Oh, she'd have to. A woman isn't supposed to keep a secret, is she?
I don't know whether Malatesta is painting this plot or trying out next year's color scheme for gentlemen's hair. Oh!
Grayson!
I can't understand it. I examined those ropes myself only this morning.
You think you're badly hurt?
I don't know. I'm just numb.
We'll get you to the hospital tent.
One thing I've always admired about you was your honesty.
The thing I've most admired about you was your loyalty to your work and to your friend, Cliff Grayson.
I've never had reason to question his loyalty either. Even now, he's an innocent victim, as I am.
I loved him.
And I loved you.
So did he. But do you think he would ever have admitted it? Unless
you had used me to excite his jealousy.
Exactly.
I suppose in your mind you can justify that.
A woman in love can justify anything.
Be ruthless. Ride roughshod over everything. Forget all sentiment. Decide upon what you want and get it, no matter whom it hurts. I've been told that was the thing to do. And now I find it's a woman's code, too. Well, I still admire your honesty.
Oh, I have a regret. I've hurt you.
What? You should have no regrets. If getting what you want is everything, there should be no regrets.
Oh, aren't you being a little ruthless now?
No. I'm a man who loves you.
Even now?
Yes. I shall always love you. I have been made somewhat ridiculous, it's true, but still I love you.
Oh, I'd much rather that you'd hate me.
I wish I could. That would make things so easy.
Had you done this to me, I should hate you. If for no other reason, because of pride.
Where you are concerned, I have no pride. I, Chang Zhu, ambassador to the Khmer kingdom of Angkor, witnessed a strange ceremony which Fools! Under our very noses. The ceremony. The zombie ceremony. Then the secret does lie in Angkor. Luna, we're going back to Angkor. I want you to go with me.
No, Sahib. Do not go to Angkor.
Why not? Why not?
Please. Priests hold a very old religious custom because they're glad you all go away. Very dangerous to go back.
just like the picture.
I can't translate that.
Where's Luke? He's been absent now for 2 days without permission. And right in the middle of this important translation, he disappears into thin air.
None of you, not one of you, are able to offer an explanation. I have discipline in this organization if I have to send every one of you back to your own country.
Well. Dear Luke. Where have you been?
In Angkor.
In Angkor. By whose leave did you absent yourself from your work?
Well, I thought that you would be glad to know that...
You thought? You are incapable of thought. Did I give you permission to go to Angkor for 2 days while your work here, insignificant as it is, waits while I wait?
But Dr. Trevisan,
I will not tolerate insubordination. When you signed with this expedition, you agreed to abide by its orders. You see, Luke, you are dismissed. You will be provided with transportation back to France on the next steamer leaving Saigon.
But, Doctor...
Good day, sir.
Boehme. Boehme. Sit down. There. Boehme, the white man's ways have ever been strange to you of the East. To me, they are strange, too. But I've discovered that he who would succeed must disregard all sentiment, decide upon his objective, and drive straight to it. Ruthless? Yes, but therein lies success. Boehme, I have discovered the secret formula of the great king of the Khmers. You are my first experiment. If I succeed with you, I will have acquired a knowledge that will make me the most the most important man in the world. Lower your arms. I will it. Can you move hand or foot, except as I will it?
No, Master.
Can you think or speak, except as I command?
No, Master.
Boehme, we're learning to be ruthless.
Yes, Master.
Armand, you're a different man. There's no indecision in you these days, lad. You have an authority about you. It's quiet, but one senses it. Like a man who had suddenly found himself.
Took me a long time to acquire it. I no longer question what I should do. I do what I want to do.
That's fine. But there's always one danger of overdoing it. And that's worse than not doing it at all.
McDonald, you're the one man to whom I'm grateful. You're my friend.
I always believed in you, lad.
I know you did.
If you hadn't said what you have, I wouldn't say this. I liked you for the way you stood on your feet when another man had the good luck that you deserved.
Wasn't for me.
That's the way to look at it. She's a grand girl, and he's a good lad. And we'll all be wishing him happiness in another 2 weeks.
Two weeks?
Have Monsieur Grayson come here at once.
Have I said anything I shouldn't, lad? Yes?
You will proceed at once to Skyler. Report to Colonel Lamont, in charge of our survey in that district. Bring back his confidential findings. Take what escort you need.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the confidence you place in me, sir, but isn't this rather an unexpected mission, considering the fact that your daughter and I are to be married in 2 weeks, and the trip to Estella will take 6?
I sympathize with you, Grayson. But our duties come first. You understand?
Yes, sir.
As your poet Bobby Burns has said, the best laid plans of mice and men gang after gley.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Dr. Faustus, with his alchemy, and the help of his satanic majesty, discovered the secret of renewed youth. Just what is the secret you found?
I have not as yet been able to enlist the help of Satan, but perhaps you, with your recently acquired habits of appearing at inopportune moments, hold the power to materialize the Prince of Darkness.
In possession of the knowledge you hold, I should not need his help.
You assume much, my dear Mazovia.
I know much, my dear Luke.
You should know, then, that I'm not easily fooled by your attempted subtleties. Any knowledge that I may possess shall be retained only by me. You see, I don't hold you to be a stupid man.
You have need of me, my dear Luke. You are a clod. I, a man of imagination. You have stumbled upon this lost knowledge of the centuries. I have hesitated at nothing to gain it. Let me share your secret with you, and the world lies at our feet.
In France, did Theon, the high priest, share his knowledge with you?
No. And therefore he died.
You killed him?
With the help of the goddess Siva. Ah, that you will not understand. This you may. The breaking of the scaffold, so well tested by MacDonald. The mysterious disappearance of Francois and Henri. The refusal of the natives to do any further work.
Why?
The expedition withdrew, did it not? I knew you would not give up. I hoped you would lead me to the secret. Tiang took this from the goddess Siva, and I took it from him. I thought it was what we all thought. It was a clue, but not the right one. This I am right in. You have the secret of the zombies. Let me have it.
You leave me no choice, my dear Mazovia.
You show rare judgment, my dear Luke.
The secret lies in placing the right hand. So, the symbol of the third eye of Siva. The summoning by will of one who is to be your executioner. His hands slowly steal about your throat. Great priest king Yakovam used his subjects Men like you to build the miracle city of Angkor. Perhaps under my control, you are scheduled for even greater things. Dr. Trevisan, I thank you for reinstating me. So kind. And you, my poor friends, for the unwilling contribution of your souls. You are giving me power to achieve the one thing I want. And I am so grateful. No doubt you would all tear me limb from limb should I ever relinquish this control. But that shall never be.
Cliff.
Claire.
Come on. We're going home right now. Come on, pack up. We're going home. I sensed a change in him when he sent me away.
I'm frightened.
That time Armand was away, he was in Angkor. He's succeeded where we've all failed. He's found the secret of the high priest, and he has power. And both of us taught him the lesson of being ruthless. He knows what he wants, all right. It's you.
What will he do to you?
He'll get me out of the way. Our only chance is to get away together, and right now. Come on.
Your father asked me to say that he wishes to see you at once. I trust you had a pleasant trip to... Where was it? Oh, yes, Ishtala, I believe.
That trip couldn't possibly have been made at your suggestion, could it?
My suggestion? What possible reason could I have had for that?
Same reason as for all these changes have been made since I was sent over. For these men and your scheme to marry Claire.
If anything or anyone gets in your way, ride roughshod over him. Isn't that your creed?
Not creed. Just advice I gave to a friend.
You also advised forget sentiment. If you want a thing, go after it and get it. Isn't that it?
You proved an apt pupil.
I had a splendid teacher.
And now I'm the one that stands in your way.
You are. But I'm removing you.
Then if I marry you, you will send Cliff back to England. That is your offer, is it not?
Not my offer. My promise.
He goes unharmed.
Unharmed?
I want your word that you will not make him subject to your will as these others are.
These followers, shall we say. He will not be harmed. I give you my word.
I believe that you will keep it.
Yes, I will. And I'll do more. I'll let you bid him goodbye.
I should like to do that.
You love him very much, don't you?
I'm proving it. It isn't easy to give up the one thing in the world one loves.
No, it isn't, is it? I, too, love only one thing in the world, but cannot give it up. Our difference is, I haven't your courage.
There was so much I wanted to say. Now there's so little to say.
I've only felt like this once before. The first time I went up into the front line. I was afraid.
It takes a brave man to say that.
A brave man would never let you sacrifice yourself to save him.
So there's no sacrifice. I love you. I shall always love you. We shan't say goodbye.
No. Just let me look at you.
I'll miss my guide.
Oh, we've got to keep our heads up.
I'm going in now. It's still up.
10 minutes past 5.
From now on, I shall always count time as London.
And mine will always be set 8 hours later, toward the east.
An apt pupil. Your teacher commends you. At least I let her remember you as a man.
If I'm not welcome, open the door again. Start me, and I'll roll gently back to my room.
They'll never kill your spirit, MacDonald.
It's all I have left, save my love for my friend.
What's on your mind?
That which is most difficult to do, and have it understood. Give unwanted advice.
That's true, Mac. But go ahead. You're the one man I'll listen to.
Thanks.
Well, what's it all about?
You and yours. You've done a terrible thing to her.
Is it so terrible to fight for and to get the one thing in this world you want?
Not if you played a gentleman's game.
I don't like sermons.
Nor perhaps the truth?
Perhaps not.
I do. This power which you have, this obsession which drives you on, will defeat you in the end, and it should. You fool yourself with the delusion that you can make this woman love you. You can't do it. No man should do what his sense of right tells him not to do, nor desire that which it forbids him to desire. When right ways disappear, one's person must vanish with one's principles. That was said by an ancient philosopher, and I hold these things to be true. Good night.
My dearest, know that I love you. Loving each other We are no farther apart than our thoughts could reach.
Claire, I've just been told that my hope of having you care for me is a delusion. Would you say that?
I married you. I kept my bargain.
And I kept mine.
For that I am grateful.
Is that all I'm to ever have? Your gratitude?
Yes.
I envy Clifford. I'd give up everything I have if you could just find it in your heart to think kindly of me.
You asked me to think kindly of you. You have control over my thinking. You've proved that with my father and others. You've made them subject to your will.
I could never do that to you. I couldn't. If I give up this power, if I release these people,
then I should really believe that you love me.
I'll prove it. I give it up.
Free again. We can think. The madman who did this to us must die, so that he can never do it again.
I love you. You wondered once how the great priest-king Yakovarman lost his power, releasing his subjects. He was enamored of the fair Indra. He did try by sundry means to win her love. But she, as women will, could not care for him. So he willingly gave up his power for this woman he loved.
Come on, where is he? What's happened?
Whom the gods destroy, they first make mad.
What a beautiful film.
It was awesome. Academy Award nominated, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I didn't go check it, but zombies, they're so... we had a guy here, we didn't hire this guy. What was his name? He had a really interesting name. Raleigh. Raleigh Fingers. I don't know, it was Roland Fingers.
I was going to say, the pitcher?
Yeah.
He was interviewing?
His name was Roland Finger, and I think I don't know, it might have been Fingers, but we called him Raleigh Fingers. Not to his face, but that was the guy that during the interview, I asked him a question, and then we went on to somebody else, and then it came to me, and I asked him the same question again, or I asked it out of sequence, thought I'd forgotten it. So you can tell I was really with it. But he actually had one of the more vivid presentations, and he talked about zombies, and he said how you could use that in a classroom, and he said. He's like, the interesting, you could talk about zombies in terms of like ideas, like zombies, they want to eat your brain, so they're mindless, first of all, they don't have any thoughts or ideas, and they want to eat brains, so they want to make you kind of mindless. I'm not sure like how that works exactly, like I guess you're talking about rhetorical strategies, how some people aren't really interested in communicating ideas, they just want to sort of win the argument or something. But anyway, interesting idea. He kind of lost the group, though, when he started talking about showing sexy vodka ads. He didn't lose me, of course. I was like, best ad ever. But he's trying to decode that kind of stuff.
Was he interviewing for a professor position or something? Or?
Yeah, for an English position. And, he was just, I guess, in part showing how you could analyze pop culture, which I've done. I don't break out the vodka ads with the two women kissing, but,
yeah.
for my interview. But
might want to save that time to get hired.
Yeah, some people a little more edgy in their presentation, but yeah, I guess the zombie thing has always seemed a little bit limited to me, and that is their only agenda is like, yeah, let's eat some brains.
Yeah.
And they don't even think about it, and they just do it apparently. I guess they eat other body parts too, but the brain seems to be the big thing. And then the whole lore about how you kill them, it's either like cut their heads off or something. What
is your favorite zombie flick, though?
I guess I'm going to go with Dawn of the Dead, the remake.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
It's hard to beat that, really.
Yeah.
Because,
where they're in the mall and picking them off. And
they did have the fast-paced zombies. And maybe I get with some of these movies, obviously Romero, he's done like freaking 6 or 7 zombie movies now, and he tried, at least with his, to do social commentary. I'm not sure really how deep it was. I mean, the original is pretty good, but is it just the fact that he had a black guy as the hero? I guess that was kind of but then he gets killed at the end, almost like suggesting you can't beat the system or a slavery kind of thing.
And same with the remake, too. I mean, they never get away from them. They think they do, but they don't.
That's right, yeah. That's one thing I thought was kind of cool, is that they had like one of those. Although I guess that seems to be a thing, like with zombie movies, like they're just so relentless that you feel tempted to put that thing at the end. I know 28 Weeks Later ended with that kind of thing, like they'd spread some.
That's one I was going to mention. Or 28 Days Later is one of my favorites, and I'm stealing this from Craig Ferguson, but he said that the game changers there is the zombies could run.
I know.
Because normally they're, but these guys are sprinting towards you, like you better be ready. And then another one, actually, which is more of a favorite, not necessarily zombies, but they're essentially zombies, was Quarantine. Have you seen that? Yeah. I mean, they're not. They essentially get some kind of rabies type virus that affects humans. So but they're essentially zombies.
Okay.
But that was that one really. Well done. Normally I don't really get scared from scary movies anymore. That one kind of got to me a little bit.
I need to see that again.
Yeah, and it's like essentially shot through. It's a point of view, the whole movie's point of view, and it's shot through like a news photographer's raw tape. Okay. So the whole thing is just his camera going through this building. So I really liked it. Yeah.
That's one of those where I rented it and I got busy and I didn't finish it, but and they made a sequel to it too.
They did, and I saw that and it's okay, but like anything else.
As usual, 28 Weeks Later, not as good as 28 Days Later. But you have to give 28 Days Later props for reboot if you're happy about it, that it rebooted the whole thing. And it did, a really ingenious thing. I remember once I talked to a guy who was like, yeah, he was into producing, I guess, and he wanted to see some zombie scripts. And it was like 28 days later, they totally revolutionized. I'm like, they just moved faster. How is that totally? But it was good enough to get people excited again about it. Although you look at Romero, and he's still doing slow zombie movies. So he's like, I'm sticking with the traditional stuff. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead was really, in terms of the acting and just the overall production values, and then they got that awesome scene with like an RV or something at the end. I mean, where they're trying to get out of there, and the zombies are like all around them.
Yeah,
really had a
busting in the side of it.
Great sense of it. And I think they might have made another one of those, like where they tried to remake Romero, but that one I think is the modern classic. And I did like The Crazies a lot, which again was another Romero thing that they rebooted. It was one of those where my complaint was way too dim of a movie, but it had good performances by Timothy Oliphant as the sheriff, and
he plays a great sheriff.
He's just like, I guess when you're done acting, just go be a sheriff somewhere. Like didn't Clint Eastwood do that or something, or mayor or something? Yeah,
he was a mayor, or maybe
mayor of Carmel. Yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed the old show.
Yeah. One more rant.
Oh
okay,
yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
I know that I'd ask you this question, but I know the answer is be no. Do you play any apps? Because I mean, you're still taping stuff on VCRs and listening to tapes and CDs. So. Okay.
Not tapes anymore.
For those of you on iTunes, Smurfs Village, awesome game. I love the Smurfs. Grew up watching them.
Yeah.
I'm a loser because I'm managing these Smurfs all the time, doing all this stuff. The company that does the game can't get anything right. Okay. Every time they send out an update, it screws something up. Your Smurfs disappear. Your rafts disappear. I get gifts from friends. You can connect people you don't even know, and they give you gifts. Well, I'm trying to build this robot Smurf. I finally am 20 bolts away from building this Smurf, and then you send out an update. Now I can't get any gifts. I mean, what? Come on! Can't take it. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Fix the Smurfs game.
You've upset him.
Fix it.
And stop putting Facebook email address as my email. Yeah.
What a joke.
My email's fine. Just see you folks. Keep popping, Colonel.